All right, everyone, it is time to demonstrate the operation of my fan. I'm quite excited. All right, so I currently have my minimum temperature setting set up so that it is above the current temperature of the room. So the fan's not operating because it's above that temperature. And let me just show you the serial monitor so you can see that. So here's a few readings from the serial monitor. You'll see there's a minimum temperature, then the actual temperature, then it gives us the light voltage as well. So you'll see that in every case so far, the room temperature, which is around 74 degrees, is lower than the minimum temperature, which tells us that this fan is not going to operate, because in order for the fan to operate, the temperature has to be greater than the minimum operating temperature. All right, so if we were to change things, so if I vary the minimum temperature, so I'm going to set this minimum temperature lower, I'm going to get to a point where the minimum temperature is close to the room temperature. And yeah, I'm pretty close right now. I have it set for 75. Now I have it set for 72, 71. Yep. So now, let's take a look at the serial monitor to the best of our ability. I know that has a hard time focusing here. Now you can see that the minimum temperature has been set to 71, and the room temperature is above that. So the fan is operating accordingly. And when the fan starts to spin, then I have the red light turn on. If I were to cool this down a little bit, let's see if I can accomplish this. It should turn off, because then it would be below the minimum temperature. But I have to use something cold to try to decrease the temperature of the sensor. So I'm going to use this cold pack that I had in my freezer. See if I can reduce the temperature of the sensor here. I'm going to try my best. This is sometimes a little tricky to get into the right spot. We'll see what happens. Yep, sure enough. I lowered the temperature. You can't see it right now, but the serial monitor is around 68 degrees right now. And that's below our minimum temperature of 71. And that turns off the fan. If I allow this to heat up again, as it gets into equilibrium with the room again, it will eventually get above that minimum temperature. It's getting pretty close right now. And then we'll start spinning again. And there we go. Now, the speed at which this is rotating is tied to the temperature. So higher temperatures means it spins faster. But it's really hard to demonstrate that in a video. I also have the fan speed tied to the photoresistor, so that if there's less light shining, it actually decreases the fan speed. And if there's more light shining, it actually increases the fan speed, which again is really hard to demonstrate in a sort of video format here. I have light shining on it now, and then if I cover it up, now it should slow down a little bit, but again, it might be really hard to notice. I can kind of hear it slowing down when I cover it up, and hear it speed up when light's shining on it again. But again, you may not be able to actually notice that. All right, so there's the operation of my circuit. I'm quite thrilled that it's working. There were some challenges along the way, but I'm actually quite happy with the product.